Welcome students. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve polynomial inequalities. So you start with something like that looks like this: x squared less than or equal to 4x minus 3. The first step is to move everything to the left side and leave a 0 on the right side of the inequality. So for example, here will be x squared minus 4x plus 3. I just brought everything to the other side. Is less than 0. That's the first step. Second step is to let x squared minus 4x, so you let the function equal to 0 and you solve for x. That's gonna give us the endpoints of the interval. The endpoints of the interval that we're gonna be looking at. So here, how do we solve for here? I can use the x method. So 3 goes on top, minus 4 goes on bottom. Then we do negative 3, negative 1, because negative 3 times negative 1 is 3, and negative 3 plus minus 1 is negative 4. So this whole thing becomes x minus 3, x minus 1 equals 0. And then of course x, it has to equal to 3 or x equals 1. Now the final step is to graph that, or solve for the graph the inequality, which is give us the solution to this problem. So you draw a number line, and then you put this point, these endpoints 1, 3. Now we gotta choose a point here, here, and here. That will let us know which the intervals with which this inequality is true. Remember, this has to be less than 0. So we're looking for less than 0, less than or equal to 0. So if we choose here, we can choose a point here, which is a test point, which is 0. So if I plug in 0 here, 0 into this here, into the f of x, I will get 0 squared minus 4 times 0 is 0, 3. So it's greater than 0. If I choose a point here, it will be 2. So that would be 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3. So 2 squared is 4 minus 8 plus 3 minus 8, that's minus 4 plus 3 equals negative 1. So this is part of the interval that we're looking for. Let's see if this is also. Let's see, a point here would be 4. So we do 4 squared minus 4 times 4 plus 3. So 4 squared, 16. 4 times 4 minus 16 plus 3. So this is equal to 3. So this is greater than 0. And remember, we're looking for less than or equal to 0. That means, remember, at the points 1 and 3 is 0. F of x, which is this, is equal to 0. So this is the graph here. So the graph is going to look like this. And then to write it in set notation or an algebraic way would be like this. So x such that x, so x has to be between 1 and 3. So it has to be 1, has to be greater than or equal to 1, and less than or equal to 3. Or you can say that, or the interval would be, the solution would be 1, 3. So this is step number 4. So that's how you solve polynomial inequalities. Let's say that we want to look at let's say now that we want to look at less than. So all you have to do, first step, the same thing. So basically we already know the answer. I'm gonna tell you why. Because once we know less than or equal, it's the same thing. It's basically almost the same thing as less than. So first step, remember, first step is to let f of x, which is the polynomial, be less than 0. Second step, let f of x equal 0. And so for x. And from the previous example, we saw that x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 3. The third step is to graph the solution. So we draw the number 9, put 1 and 3. In this case, it has to be less than 0, so it cannot be 1 and 3. So the solution is going to be like this: open parentheses, and like that. And then the final step is to draw the set notation or the interval. Okay, interval notation. So it will be x such that x is greater than 1 and less than 3, or 1, 3. So less than is very similar to less than or equal. It's just that we have open parentheses. We don't include the endpoints 1 and 3. So that's all I wanted to teach you on this video. Thank you, students.